Hey everyone, this is Stefan from Lush and Salty Aquariums. I'm opening up on my saltwater tank because it's been a few days, if not longer. The lights aren't on, but it gives you a sense that I'm still caring for and loving this great big reef tank. Even with the lights out, the fish are all getting active as get out because the lights are soon to come on and they know it's feeding time when that happens. Although these big fat reef fish are always hungry, and whenever they see me they start to school like this, so frankly that's conditioned behavior, and you'll see that in all your marine and freshwater critters for sure. I'm gonna do a more legit update on this tank. Oh, and look at that reflection. But I wanted to talk to you guys about a few of the things I'm doing while we're sheltering in place. One thing is I'm running this DIY baby brine shrimp maker 24/7. It's never not running, and I just harvested, you could tell from the color of this water, these are all live baby brine shrimp. They turn totally orange red when the eggs have hatched versus a kind of mucky brown when they're still bobbling up and down in the salt water. I drain the bottom from this tube. It's a pretty simple process. I only have two hands and one phone, so I can't really show you, but I drain the tube, and this is all like baby brine shrimp concentrated, and I'm going to use some of this in every one of my freshwater tanks and even saltwater. There's going to be enough to feed all 10 of my tanks at least one time. Once I dilute that concentration with fresh water, I'll use a one of my siphons, or excuse me, what do you call it? Suction cup. God, I'm losing my mind. Sheltering in place is crazy. And drain a little bit of that and put some in each tank. Another thing I do when I'm restless and stuck at home, as we all are, is kind of over maintain, if you will. That includes lots of haircuts. I just trim this Monte Carlo from the fluval edge, which is really hard because it has this hard glass top, so you've got to remove the filter, put your hand in the opening, and deal with everything in that fashion. It's difficult, but I've sort of figured out how to do it. Using various different curved scissors and tweezers, I can do it. So I cut the hair on this Monte Carlo. It was literally 3 times taller than that, and look what I got. Those are 2 beautiful little Tupperware basins filled with healthy Monte Carlo. I don't have much of anywhere to put it, although I do have one scenario, which I might get into later. I'm also willing to give that away if anyone's in the Bay Area and interested in some active Monte Carlo. It's easy to plant if you have high light and CO2, you're gonna get great carpeting. If you just have great light, you still might get decent carpeting. If you have both, you're gonna win-win. But either way, I'll give it away. Just hit me up. This tank I gave a haircut to a little while back. It has more shade, so the Monte Carlo is not as awesome, but it has been awesome in the past. I just haven't been trimming all this beautiful lush dense cover because in here I have clown killies, which are small and shy, so I give them a ton of places for them to feel comfortable and safe. There's literally a dozen of these in here, but there's one there. And I also have a few puffer fish, pea puffers, so this dense cover is really necessary given puffers and their predatory nature. There's some more clown killies. Aren't they beautiful? They could easily breed in here, and given all this cover, and I'm not sure, it depends on the puffer fish, some of the fry might readily survive. So that's a couple of the tanks with Monte Carlo. Trimming and giving plants haircuts is something we can do when we shelter in place. Cleaning glass as well as raising live food is another great thing we can do. Taking cuttings and helping other people out or using them, repurposing them is also things we can do. Water changes are obvious, and I've done a lot. Once I did too many, I actually depleted oxygen in some of my tanks, which I reported about in earlier videos, and fish actually died. So if you want to know about overzealous water changing, check out a couple previous videos to that effect. Anyway, this was kind of a random and scattershot vid, but I'm here, I'm alive, I'm doing as good as I can under the circumstances, and I have all of these beloved tanks and the projects that they generate to keep me active, literally moving for hours and bending. It's almost a workout, kind of like gardening. So with that in mind, always keep your hands in the tank, and thank you so much for subscribing. I'll see you soon. Bye.